Hi, I'm Eric Gonzalez,
And I'm Kyla Moore.
and welcome to the Blue and Silver Breakdown.
Yeah. Today's episode is going to be about girls basketball senior night. I almost said crosstown.
Well, no, it was home versus Yorkville.
Yes.
And obviously, it was senior night. That's a decent turnout. I think there's a good amount of people there. I went with a couple of my friends, and we agreed with an Oswego East win.
Yes, we were.
45-37, I believe, was the score. It was an interesting game.
It was cool to see all the seniors start it was really cool to see for me all the seniors start for the very first time.
Absolutely. Obviously, senior night, hooray.
It's also Heart Awareness Month, so the cheerleaders were wearing red ribbons to support that.
Yeah, it was fun to go to. It was fun to watch and everything.
We did something that I haven't seen before. For senior night, we also acknowledged Yorkville seniors, and we gave them roses too, which I thought was cool. I thought it was cool to see because that shows really good sportsmanship between both teams.
Yeah, I'd agree, and it's that obviously sports are very important. The athletics are very important. The competition is important, but sometimes there are more things that are, more important per se than just competing on the court, and that is, humanity and that fun stuff. Let's just sort of dig into the game, though. Obviously, Oswego East won by 45-37 or 47, whatever it was, and I don't know. It felt like, despite the score, Oswego East I felt like we never really had control of the game.
There was a lot of points in the game where Yorkville was able to easily take the ball. It seemed like that was like shocking.
I would agree. I feel like ball security wasn't maybe the priority
strongest.
tonight, or that night. And I don't know if something just felt off about it, maybe, or it was like, obviously, again, it was a win, and like shooting wise, they were pretty solid, Oswego East, but there were just some moments in there where they were almost allowing Yorkville back into the game. There were times in the second half of the game where really Oswego East probably should have really closed it out and just sort of started piling on points, where instead they sort of gave the ball up a little bit too much, and they allowed Yorkville to start gaining some momentum, which made it a pretty tight in the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter was very nerve-wracking, especially there was like times where it was nail-biting because they had made, I think it was like 4 or 5 shots back-to-back, and that had like made the score like climb up, and it was
it brought it to they were in a 2-possession game in the fourth quarter, and then a little bit later, and obviously like Oswego East ended up, deciding they wanted to win the game, and put on a couple of points, and from there it was pretty lights out. But it was an odd game, I guess.
I feel like everything was off, almost, for that game.
I'd agree, but a win is a win is a win. They don't ask, they don't ask how, they ask how many, that fun stuff. So I don't know. It was a good game to watch, though. I think it was still entertaining. A couple of big moments, big plays in there. So
I think Annabelle Williams, she had a really good game. She was making shot after shot, which was really cool to see.
Yeah, and just honestly, just the bodies that Oswego East was able to put out there. It's a physical team, and they showed it. They didn't play dirty. I'd say they played a bit scrappy, but there's nothing wrong with playing scrappy.
I feel like both teams played like that.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it's not one of those games where you look at it as art. It's more so you look at it as competition. I'm gonna bring soccer into this, right? Because that's my sport, right? But there are times you'll watch teams and you'll watch a game where it looks like this is well rehearsed, it's a movement. It's like you're painting, and then there's other teams or other games where it is just pure determination and grit, and there's nothing artsy about it. It is just pure head down, dug in, go for it. And I think that's what we saw against Yorkville. That's what Yorkville did against us as well. It was both of them. It was a hard fought game.
Yeah, you could definitely see, because from both for both teams. Whenever they didn't do anything that they felt was perfect, you could hear the disappointment that they had in themselves, and how they turned it around and made it better their next play that they went out there to do. I think I'm very excited to see how this next matchup for Crosstown is going to go, for boys and girls. Like, I'm very excited to see how this is going to go.
I agree, and we've mentioned it on here a plethora of times. Crosstown, always, it's an emotional game.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be that element of anybody can win this going into it. Like, it's never guaranteed for any team.
Mm-hmm.
You have two programs like Oswego and Oswego East. When it comes to basketball, men's and women's, they're both competitive. So I guess it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
I'm really excited. I'm really interested to see how the girls are going to hold up after their first victory against Oswego, and then I'm also excited to see how the boys are going to do, because they have like their redemption arc. Like, they need to come back and they need to play right.
La Remontada. First of all, I 100% agree with you. It's that difference between maintaining excellence and proving it, and for girls, maintaining that that win they had earlier in the season, and then for the boys, it's prove that it was a fluke, right? How do you go back out there and you're like, we are better than that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, that's February 13th here at home. It's this weekend, or this Friday, sorry.
That's for the boys. And then for the girls is February 10th. Oh, that's today.
That's today.
That's today. It'll be
Let's make sure to
past
get
when
that.
this episode's out, but...
You guys will have to cover that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And now we have an exclusive interview here with a member of the staff of the Oswego East women's basketball team. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm here with Mr. Corretto, here, the head coach of the varsity women's basketball program here. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm good. Thank you.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yep.
And so, senior night, it can be emotional. But how proud are you of the way your seniors led the game through such a gritty physical game that night?
Well, it's kind of a tough night, senior night, because usually there's a few more emotions because you're getting close to the end of your career, at OE, and so you really want it to be a successful night for the seniors, but because of how we practice and what we do, what we've done in other games, even when things can be a little more challenging. Yorkville played us pretty well that game, actually, overall defensively, and I think it was hard to get some points. But when you have seniors that have been on the team for 4 years, with Nicole, Aubrey, and Desiree, they're able to kind of get some things going a little bit, which helps the team out.
Absolutely. And even being there, you could see the leadership that a good couple of those players definitely possessed.
Yeah.
You need those kind of characters on the court,
Yeah.
So, if you could sort of sum up the seniors on your team in one or two words, what do you think the biggest describers would be?
Geez. In regards to basketball terms, I think determined is a good word to use for them, because they've gritted it out for many years, all of them. All of them have played 4 years here at OE, 3 of them with me, but they're just determined to be better at the game they're playing and make others better, but as people, they're just fantastic human beings, I always talk about being blessed to be around great people, whether it's students or adults that I'm around, and those 5 really are easy to coach because they are willing to do so much for our program.
Absolutely. So, what is that performance that night? What does it say about the culture and identity you've built around this program these last few years?
I'd say that with the work they've put in, whether it's been with me or individually, all of them have stepped up to try to not just make our win-loss record better, but also to really embrace other players that come into the program, and then especially when they get up to varsity, to really continue this standard of hard work, not giving up, dealing with the ups and downs of the season, and trying to maintain that positive attitude with each other, even if I'm kind of grinding through stuff and trying to fix things. Like, they still try to maintain that positive attitude and that good team camaraderie, and that's, I think, what you see in a game like that, where we should probably do a little bit better, but we're grinding it out to keep that lead, and kids are staying positive and really making sure that senior night is an enjoyable process too.
Absolutely. So last question, right, with wins against OHS and Joliet West, finishing 17-10 on the regular season. What are you looking for as we go into the postseason here?
We're kind of on a roll again with how we're scoring and playing a little bit better defense majority of the time. I would say that we had a couple games where we got kind of stagnant, and then we've tweaked some things in practice. The girls have responded by improving on those things again, like in the next handful of games, and that's what's helped us like get back on a 5-game winning streak to end the season. So I'm hoping that kind of mentality and work carries over to the next handful of games that hopefully we get to play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Cardinal, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks,
Good
Eric.
luck in the postseason.
All right. Thank you.
And then we were also very fortunate enough to get an interview with one of the basketball girls. Okay, I am here with.
I'm Annabelle Williams, and I'm a senior here at Oswego East.
Okay, great. So we're just going to talk about your senior night game.
Yeah.
All right. So first question was, what was going through your mind during the final minutes of your senior night game?
It was pretty surreal just watching the all of the classes before me go through it. It just came up so fast, and it didn't feel like it was actually happening,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And it's very cliche, and people say it all the time, but I just feel like it was like just last year that I was watching the class of 2023, and now it's my turn.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you feel to get a win on your senior night?
It felt really good. Going into the game, we were obviously expecting to win because we had beat them before, but I knew that it was just going to be a little bit different because typically all the seniors don't play together, but I really liked it just knowing that most of the contributions came from the seniors, and that was really special.
Yeah, I know for us and everybody watching, it was really fun to see all the seniors start for the first time together.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what do you think was the turning point in the game?
I think more towards the end of the fourth quarter, just because the game was close, and which obviously we weren't expecting that to be necessarily, but we knew that this was an important win that we needed to have for the team, and I think a lot of juniors also stepped up to make that possible for the seniors.
Okay, what did your team do especially well that night?
I think that our communication and trust in each other was a key point to our win and having us play well, just because I think, knew that this was obviously an important game for the 5 of us, and as a team, collectively, even with the juniors, we just really wanted to make sure that everyone was contributing and that we had fun while doing that too.
I know for me, because I'm a cheerleader and I'm on the sidelines, I love hearing you guys communicate. You guys talk so much, and it's such an amazing thing to see, because knowing women's sports don't get recognized that much, but watching you guys communicate is really an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, for sure.
What was there any specific play or moment that stood out to you during this game?
I think something that stood out to me during this game was, so I've played with Sammy Herrick since freshman year, because the other seniors have been on varsity since freshman year, but we were on the freshman level and then JV together and then varsity, obviously. And I think it was really special that we were the first 2 to score for our team, and I just was reflecting back on how we started the high school career together, and now we're kind of ending it, and that was something that was really special to me.
What does this program mean to you?
Honestly, I feel like it is really not just the people, but I feel like the program itself, I have like pushed myself to limits like physically and mentally that have just helped me grow as a person, and like I feel very prepared for my future because of my work ethic that I've adapted from this, and I just love my team, and I look forward to practice every day, and like even though a lot of the things we do are very physically demanding, like I know I always have my team there for me, which is amazing. Yeah.
How did it feel being recognized before the game?
I really enjoyed being recognized before the game, and I felt that I was fine, like being recognized for the time and effort that I put into the program for the past 4 years, and I felt very supported by, the younger girls and also like all of my family and friends that came to support me, which I was really appreciative of, and I felt very supportive, and that, I was being appreciated, and I liked that.
What emotions did you have walking onto the court that night?
I was excited because I'd been looking forward to my senior night since freshman year, like a lot of people do, and I just feel like but it was also sad knowing that it was coming to an end, because that was, we had our senior night and then we only had 2 more home games after that, and so I knew that the time was winding down, which was pretty sad, but it was also exciting to, they put up all the pictures and stuff, and I feel like that was really cool to see like my journey and reflect back on all of that, because that's something that I never had really done. So
Who has had the biggest impact on your journey?
I think in terms of basketball and honestly just in life, my grandpa has had a huge impact on me, because he's definitely my biggest supporter. He's at every single game, and I play golf as well, so he goes to all of those events as well, and he's always there to talk to me after the game about, what happened, and support me like with anything in basketball or just in life, and I really look up to him as like a role model and like someone that I want to be like one day.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm going to switch sports real quick. I know that boys swim had a great weekend. Was it conference or sectionals champs? They were one of those, but I did see that, and it was really impressive.
Knowing our boys swimming program very well, I want to think it was sectionals, but that could be incorrect.
Yeah.
And then obviously boys bowling went to state, or went to regionals, I believe it was. No, it was state. As a team, they didn't make it to day 2, but a couple of individuals went and made it to day 2. Girls bowling were in, I want to say sectionals.
I think theirs was conference champs.
Maybe it was conference, but I don't think they advanced out of that either. But even still, it's fun seeing our teams go further and further each year. There's something interesting to look at coming up.
Yeah, another sports switch. The boys had their first track meet. We didn't go, but I did hear some very good things. I know there was some record breaking, I think, from Jamari. I think he broke a record. So I'm really excited to see how track's going to go.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I mean, I also heard from another member on the team that Yorkfield put like 5 different teams out there. So even if they performed well for their circumstances, Oswego East.
That's another thing about track is you have to fill spaces, because I know for like big teams like our program is really big. With the boys and the girls combined is very big, but girls alone is huge. There's like a couple track meets that we do go to where we're running against ourselves for most of the time. So we're just running for time. So with track meets like that, if you have like a smaller, like if there's a really big team and then like a bigger team like our team, but then Yorkville obviously is like a really big team, you have to fill those spaces and you're mainly running against yourself. So yeah, sometimes it can be unfair for other teams, but for teams like our girls track team, it helps.
Not considered a varsity sport here at Oswego East, but Winter Guard has a competition this weekend. And I was here at Oswego East last night, so I was able to see some part of their practice. And man, the work that they put in is really impressive. It's sort of one of those same things. Like, you don't you don't know the work they put into it until you see it.
So you go and watch it.
Like I had the same revelation when I went to watch the cheer meet, like we said last episode, and again, like just seeing that, I was like, wow, that is really impressive. So, all in all, though, I believe that's everything.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Blue and Silver Breakdown. I'm Eric Gonzalez.
And I'm Kyla Moore.
We'll see you next time.